Happiness is freedom. Freedom is having the choice to spend your time doing things that inspire you. Most people want freedom, but many people don't have a clear objective, a roadmap, or a strategy to achieve it. Everyone deserves to live an inspired and free life. I believe that when we're free and able to focus on our most meaningful work, we simply become better human beings. We can give more, care more, support more, and love more. I'm an investor, a trader, and an entrepreneur, and I get to spend every day doing what I love. At the age of 29 years old, I became financially free, and since then my mission has been to help and inspire other people to achieve the same so that they can be more of who they really want to be. Always Free is about having a free mind, being free to question the status quo, free to take risks, free to say no, free to say yes, free from social idealisms, opinions and beliefs, free to disobey, and free to wake up every day and spend your time to make a difference that inspires you. You can have it all. Living a life designed by you isn't a stroke of luck or a result of circumstance. It's a choice. So if you want to learn how to become free and live an inspired life, join me for the #1 show for financial empowerment and wealth creation as I share my insights, tips, strategies and advice on what allowed me to be always free. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Jason Graystone. Well, welcome back to the show, guys. It's Thursday again already. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you've had a nice week so far. And welcome to the Always Free Show, the #1 show for financial empowerment and wealth creation. If this is your first time you've ever been here, I appreciate you being here, but make sure you go and check out some of the other episodes of this show as well. I'm sure you're going to agree those. See who we've got here. Bobby Turner's in the house. Bobby Turner, congratulations for winning the competition last week. Quick on the old quick fire round. Adnan, hello. Richard, hello. Robbie Johnson's always in the house. Nikki Morris. Neil, Daniel. How you doing? You all good? Everyone's watching on YouTube by the looks of it at the moment. I hope you're doing well. Last week we talked a little bit about mindset again. And I want to give you some practical advice today. I'm feeling quite inspired to give you some practical advice. Been doing a lot of work with my guys on how to focus your energy and attention on different assets and things like that, and how to calculate your total liquidity and how that affects that on where you put your money. And we've been doing lots of stuff on that, and I kind of just wanted to touch on something that was based on the discussion that I had with someone in the group, and it's things that I've mentioned before, but obviously all of this stuff that we talk about comes up time and time again. Hello, Turkey in the house. Good evening, good evening. Hope you're all doing well. And before I kind of get into the kind of crux of it and the practical stuff, I just want to talk a little bit about, I was talking to someone the other day about lottery. Does anyone here do the lottery, or let me know what your thoughts are on the lottery? But I was talking to someone about lottery, and obviously there's lots and lots of different lotteries, right? Some of them are really, really big. Some of them are crazy big. I think over here we've had a couple of 100 million prizes, and I think elsewhere in Europe or even in the US, I think there's been like almost a billion prize, if I'm not mistaken. But the question that I was kind of getting to, or the question I want to ask is, why do you do the lottery, right? Why do you do the lottery in the first place? Hello, Tony, how's it doing? Why do you do the lottery in the first place? Okay, now I'm not knocking people that do it, and I know people do it for fun and a bit of fun, but people play the lottery. A lot of people play the lottery to become millionaires. They play the lottery to become millionaires, and that's it. And as he said just then, Daniel just said, it's the fool's tax, right? It's known as the tax on the poor because it's tiny odds, all right? And it's it's people who have an urgency to win and quickly accumulate a large sum of money. And usually people who just aren't up, they're just people who just aren't up for building their own financial destiny. They're just trying to get a quick win. New traders come in with the lottery mindset, says Stephanie. Yeah. Yeah, right. No lottery since your first podcast episode. Excellent. So they're the type of people that don't really want to build their own. They've just got their fingers crossed approach, all right? And look, a disclaimer, I know there's people who do it for a bit of fun, and there are people that do it, but most people, they do it, and when they do it, they pray that they win, okay? And the thing is, it's like a 1 in 300 million to 1 chance of winning, particularly in the US. You know, here it's a little bit less, but it's ridiculous odds, all right? Tony says, play once every 1 to 8 weeks for a fiver. Yeah, right, okay. So it's all about losing money. Now, in my office, just over my shoulder here, I've got about 400 or 500 books on that shelf. And I've read almost 700 books, okay, since I was about 21, 22 years old, on, you know, self-help books in particular, self-help books. From investing to mindset, to trading, to marketing, to sales, to relationships, to leadership, to empowerment, to, you know, spirituality, all these kind of books I've read. And the thing is, I've read a lot of books, read hundreds of books from expert millionaires who have literally taken the time to publish a book that takes something like 5.5 hours for you to read, or a few days to read even, right? From start to finish. And they're explaining, many of them are explaining exactly how they did it. All right? Now, how many people here read books regularly, self-help books? Let me know if you regularly read self-help books. Now, the first book I ever got was from Richard Branson. Actually, stole it from our school library, and I remember, I think it's still in my mum's loft, right? But in all of those books, not once have I heard anyone talk about a strategy to become a millionaire by winning the lottery. Has anyone here read a book where the thing is, do the lottery and that's how you're going to become a millionaire? Probably not. Probably not. James Hayden's just put the stats up here. Richard Branson doesn't mention the lottery in his book, right? Tony Robbins, he actually wrote a book called Money Master the Game, which is geared exactly towards giving you what you need in order to build a relatively decent portfolio, and an Unshakable, the book Unshakable. Those books don't mention the lottery, and they're actually specifically guided towards money. They're to become wealthy, and they don't mention the lottery in there. And Tim Ferriss, anyone read Tools of Titans or 4 Hour Work Week? I don't remember reading anything about the lottery in there. Nothing about the lottery in there. Right? Napoleon Hill, he wrote Think and Grow Rich. Has anyone read Think and Grow Rich? Who's read Think and Grow Rich here? Right, Think and Grow Rich, that book has been responsible for creating more millionaires than any other book. And there's no mention of money in that book. No mention of money in that book. Lottery in that book. No mention of lottery in that book whatsoever. All right? Another book by Napoleon Hill is called Law of Success. You read that book, it's a thicker book, big book, no mention of lottery. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, one of the most popular books on wealth creation by Robert Kiyosaki, no mention of lottery. Okay? So look, without harping on and on and on about it, I'm not condemning anyone who plays the lottery, but the chances of winning are really, really not high. They're very, very slim. And my question is this: if you really, really, really want financial freedom, okay, you really, really, really want to control your financial destiny, you want financial freedom, and you want the life that you aspire to have, and you want to achieve financial freedom, why leave it to a 100 million to 1 chance? Why leave it to a 300 million to 1 chance? There's no need. And by the way, guys, if you're here every week and you enjoy this show, or if you're new to this show, definitely give us some likes and some loves and some thumbs up if you're on Facebook or YouTube, so I can see you guys are enjoying it, because I enjoy doing this show, and I like to see if you guys are enjoying it, so I know it inspires me to carry on. All right. But the thing is, why leave it to a 1 in a million chance, or 1 in 100 million chance, or 1 in 300 million chance, especially when you have access to such great resources? Especially these days, that will allow you to cheaply and quickly, right, access and download the entire contents and life's work of an expert millionaire in 5 hours or 5.5 hours, and then have that knowledge. And you just download it into your brain. All right, a laptop, a phone, a tablet, it's very, very easily accessible now. So why leave it to a 1 in 100 million chance when you've got all of this great information at your fingertips for very, very cheap, very accessible? Now, obviously, you're going to have to get off of your butt and actually do something. You can't just, it's not a case of just reading a book and then sitting there and watching Netflix. All right, so you have to actually do something. You can't just read and then it magically transform your life. You have to get up, and then if you have to put in the work, and based on your learnings, you have to implement certain strategies. But the thing is, it's accessible to everyone. Okay, it's accessible to everyone in the Western world, at least. Okay, and there's no need to sit there waiting for some lucky numbers to appear on the TV screen. That is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All right. Now, who's heard of the belief cycle here? Has anyone heard of the belief cycle? It's not something that's lucrative or esoteric or secret. It's a belief cycle, right? The more you believe in something, that will affect your decisions, and you make better decisions, and then those decisions will impact certain actions that you take, and then obviously the actions that you take will yield progress or results, which then filters back into your beliefs, and then it's kind of a perpetual ascending movement of evolution and innovation and growth. So pretty straightforward, right? We all know that if we believe a certain thing, we'll take a certain action, we'll get a certain result based on those actions, and the result will then filter back into our beliefs, and then it will be perpetual motion upwards, okay? Now, some of these books will affect your belief. Think and Grow Rich was the book one of the first books that I read, and it made me believe different things. It made me think differently. It made me think outside the box. It opened my mind to the outside possibilities. And since I read that book, back in my 20s, I've been in business, and over the years, I've generated millions and millions of pounds. Millions and millions of pounds have gone through our hands because of the beliefs that I got from that book, and then the decisions that I made, and then the actions that I got. They change your thoughts and the way you think, which then changes the way that you act, and the decisions and the choices that you make going forward are different based on the beliefs. And then because of that, the actions are naturally different, and you get better results because you're focused in a different direction. All right? Slight Edge is a great book, by the way, Chris Daly. Great book. And because you think different things, you do different things, and you yield better results. Now, the difference between the millionaire and the guy who has £500 in his bank is what? It's nothing more than the beliefs that they have. It's just the beliefs that they have. That's it. It's the only difference. There's nothing else there. You can't say, well, he's got loads of money. That's the difference. Well, he's got that money, right? So the only difference is the beliefs that he has or she has. They think differently. They take different actions. And many of these great minds and these millionaires have taken the time to write these books, and it's like a frozen in time summary of their life and their knowledge, right? And you're joining us for this show right now, so you're already making the decision to spend your time watching this over watching Netflix right now, and you're kind of absorbing what I have to say right now, which will make you maybe take different actions or make different decisions or take different choices. And that's great because you're working towards something that you want. And I wanted to share that story first because I wanted to get you to understand that your mind controls everything. Your mind controls everything. Whatever you believe, you can achieve. That's what Napoleon Hill said, right? Whatever you believe, you can achieve. And your thoughts become reality. Okay? Now, reading books is a 100% strike rate. Reading books and taking the actions from a book is a 100% strike rate. No ifs, no maybes, no possibly, right? Nothing like that. There's none of that. Reading those books is like having a millionaire mentor by your side in your house every day, 24 hours a day, and learning their thoughts and learning their experiences and understanding how they think different ways and how they overcome certain hurdles. That's the best way to become a millionaire, not playing the lottery. I guarantee you that if you read the books like that and you do what they say, you will become a millionaire or you will get the life that you want. It's not a 300 million to 1. It's not a 100 million to 1. It's not a 100 to 1. It is a certain. It's certainty. If you put the plan together and you use the info and you read the books and you take the actions, 100% you will achieve it. 100%. 100%. All right? How you do anything is how you do everything. So if you really, really do want something in life, you're going to have to leave it to a 300 million to 1 chance or something like that. No, you don't have to. You don't leave it to something like that because that is a very disempowering way to live your life. Very disempowering way to live your life. If you're just putting your whole destiny and future of what life you want to live on a lottery ticket and some lucky numbers that come up on the TV screen, that is a very disempowering way to live your life. You've got the resources available for the same price of a lottery ticket. Kindle versions of these books are like 99p sometimes on sale, right? So, as I said, look, I'm not going to bang on too much more. I'm really not condemning buying lottery tickets, but I'm really not. But what I am condemning is the psychology behind forfeiting your goals and leaving them to chance when in fact I know from experience that if you read and you learn and you put in the work, you get results. All right? So don't hope that you win the lottery. Do the work, change your thinking, and you'll get to where you want to be. 100% certainty. And if you know anyone that should hear this right now, by the way, if they're a lottery player or they've got that lottery hope and pray mentality, please tag them or share this video with them. But my advice is to invest in some knowledge and invest in some books, okay? I'll share some books in the description of this video. I'm going to give you 10 books that won't even come to over £100. And I promise that if you read all those 10 books and you do the work and you take the actions in those 10 books, you will become a millionaire. Simple. And it's not going to happen in like overnight, and it's not going to happen in a week, and it might not happen in a month, right? It might not happen in a month, and it might not happen in a couple of years. It might be 5 years, right? But in 5 years, let me know how you got on. The decisions that you take will affect where you are in 5 years. Right now, the decisions you take right now will affect where you are in 5 years. The decisions you made 5 years ago have been a result of why you've ended up where you are right now, okay? So, look, the next question is, how do I find the time to read more books? And I think someone mentioned this. I shared a little tip before, and I'm going to give you another little tip again, okay? First things first, get a pen and paper, write this down. Go onto Amazon, type in waterproof Bluetooth speaker. Okay, they're about 13, 14 pounds. And then what you want to do is you want to go and stick that in the shower. Okay, stick it in your bathroom. And if you're spending just 15 minutes a day on the toilet or on the shower or brushing your teeth or whatever it is you're doing in the toilet, Considering the average self-help books takes about 5.5 hours to listen to at normal speed, right? If you were to just press play every time you went into the toilet or the shower, that would allow you to read up to 90 hours of books per year. Now, if you tally that up, you'll realize that equates to about 16 and a half books per year. 16 more books than you was reading before. All right? That's more than 12 per year, more than one a month. So you can also get Bluetooth bathroom mirrors and things like that. So get one of those. And now the next thing you want to do is to go and sign up for audible.com. Audible.com is where you're going to be able to listen to Audible books. And the great thing about Audible is you can actually ramp up the speed of the playback. So what do you guys listen? Has anyone got an Audible membership here? Let us know. Love Audible. Let me know what you guys listen. What speed do you listen at? What speed do you guys listen at? I'm a 1.25x type of guy. I find that anything more than that, I don't absorb the information that well. All right, but that's the thing. Some people listen to it at 2 times the speed. So if you ramp it up to 1.25 speed, that means you're taking 25% more books. If you listen at double the speed, you're taking double the books. And all of this is without affecting your life at all. Everyone goes to the toilet, everyone has a shower, everyone has a bath, everyone brushes their teeth, everyone goes in and does some kind of shaving, grooming, and that's not affecting your life. If you've got to do that anyway, if you connect your Audible to your Bluetooth speaker every time you go in your bathroom, you're going to be reading up to a minimum of 16 books a year, just by not affecting your life at all. On top of that, then there's car commutes and things like that. Once you've got an Audible membership, that's it, you're away, right? Now, another tip for reading physical books, because you might start getting into physical books, another tip for reading physical books is people get overwhelmed with books. So what I'm a fan of setting a page target, right? Or you can start with a chapter goal. So I'm going to read 1 chapter, or I'm going to read 1 page, or I'm going to read 2 chapters, and then you slowly ramp it up and up and up until you just find yourself sitting there reading the books, or you're reading a chapter a day, and before you know it, you're getting through these books, you're absorbing this information that is shifting your mindset, opening your mind to different possibilities, expanding your awareness, expanding your consciousness, giving you ideas, making you make different decisions, giving you the encouragement to make different choices, getting different actions filtering into your results, okay? So as I said, I'm gonna put some book recommendations below this video tomorrow once this is all published out. I've also done some videos on this channel that you can go and watch as well, but I promise you, if you go and read these and do the work, you'll become a millionaire with certainty, absolute certainty, all right? So the last thing I want to kind of make you aware of is if you are trying to get to that goal, you will need to be a millionaire before you receive £1 million. Who knows what I mean by that? There's a guy called Jim Rohn. I don't know if you're familiar with Jim Rohn. He was one of Anthony Robbins' mentors, but he said, if you find yourself receiving $1 million, you better become a millionaire pretty quickly so you get to keep the money. And what he means by that is, because he says otherwise you'll squander it. Because he means if you get $1 million, you need to know how to manage it. You need to also feel worthy of receiving it, and you need to understand the benefits of receiving it to you. Because if you can't manage your emotions and you don't feel worthy of receiving it, you're going to be thinking, what can I spend it on? How can I get rid of it quickly? And you end up this is the whole ironic thing, which filters back round into the beginning of this conversation. You end up like the majority of lottery winners. This is the thing. Most people that win the lottery don't keep it. That's the sad thing. They pray and pray and pray and pray. They get it. They spend it. It's gone. So lastly, if you're thinking about how would I spend it, right? And you're thinking, if I won that, how could I spend it? What could I spend it on? It might be a warning sign to you and a guide from something inside of you, to say you aren't quite doing right now what you're put here for. You're living someone else's life. Maybe you're not in a position that you don't want to be in, and that is a wake-up call. If you think right now, if you won £1 million tomorrow, and the first thing that's coming into your head is, what could I spend it on? What would I spend it on? What would I buy? What would I buy? If that's the immediate thought that comes into your mind, it's probably an indication that you're not quite where you want. You're not happy right now, and it's probably because you're living according to someone else's rules and guidelines, and that's making you unhappy. All right. So if you want help with that, if you don't know if you're on track, definitely take the wealth profile test. You guys do the wealth profile test. It's discover.tearsoffreedom.com. Discover.tearsoffreedom.com. Go and do that. You'll get a full, bespoke, personalized report and a plan to make a start so you can start living your life and stop living other people's. All right, so that's the rant over. Hopefully you got we hit 100 messages. That's awesome. Hopefully you got value from that. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. It just brings us to one more thing, and that's the competition time. So let's have the competition time. Now, last week, for the competition last week, what we did is we did a quick fire round. And that's because there wasn't a show the week before. Normally we pick a winner at random. And we did the quick fire round last week, and Bobby Turner won the hoodie. Hoodie's on its way to you, so awesome. Well done, Bobby. So this week, we're going to do it as we have done up until last week, and that means we're going to pick a winner who was engaged in the chat, who was sharing the show on social from last week, and that's how we're going to do it. So to win, okay, going forward, you have to be here during competition time. You have to be chatting away, engaging in the chat. You also have to be sharing my show and tagging me in it on a social media platform, okay? And if you do that, the following week, you'll be entered into a draw where we pick a winner who we feel deserves to win the prize. And the winner will win an always free hoodie, your choice of color, your choice of size. And the winner this week is well overdue. Who do you think it is? Who do you think the winner is? Robbie Johnson. Well done, Robbie. Well deserved. You've been here every week. You've been commenting, messaging, you've been sharing the show. So Robbie Johnson, the team will be in touch to send you out your very own always free hoodie, color of your choice, size of your choice. And until next week, don't forget to share this show. If you like it, definitely subscribe, show us some love, and definitely share it out on your social media channels. And until then, take care, have a great rest of your day and weekend, and I'll see you then.